Recently, Dogecoin went on a face-melting rally of 440%, and we don't need to speculate why. This happened for three reasons. First, the market was ripe for a rally. Since September of this year, we've added almost $1 trillion+ in market cap. Dogecoin wasn't alone in its pump. Virtually all major market cap cryptos saw huge gains this last week as money rotated out of the leaders and into the laggards on what some folks call dinosaur coins, anything that's older than 3 to 4 years and has performed extremely well in previous bull market cycles. When you look at Dogecoin, 2021 is when it really outperformed. The second reason is that generally speaking, Dogecoin is to meme coins what Bitcoin is to the entire crypto market. If they do well, everything else does well. However, one key difference is that meme coins have consistently seen outsized volume and gains over the last year. And as you can see here, memes rank at number 1, more than doubling the volume relative to L2s, which performed second. The third reason, and arguably the most interesting, and what allowed Dogecoin to outperform the rest of the major market cap cryptos, is this new governmental alliance between Trump, Elon Musk, and Vivek Ramaswamy under their program called the Department of Government Efficiency, otherwise known as DOGE. Just this news alone sent Doge flying because Doge is officially a government agency under the richest and largest proponent of Doge, Elon. Or as Elon once put it,
the most entertaining outcome is the most likely, as viewed from a third party who's not in the show.
Now that said, I am extremely bullish on meme coins this bull market cycle and will continue to see outsized performance in meme coins as one of the strongest narratives going into 2025. All of the largest market cap meme coins will do many multiples. Doge will continue to do well. Shiba Inu will follow. The green frog Pepe isn't going anywhere and will likely outperform Shiba Inu. However, I believe one meme coin will stand out above the rest, one that has not only the potential to become bigger than Dogecoin in terms of its yearly performance, but is also doing far more for its community and holders in terms of utility and a proven track record. One that still has a market cap small enough it could 50x at the pico top of the meme coin supercycle, but not so small it could collapse overnight. In other words, comparatively to the rest of the meme coin market, it's safer, stronger, and able to give anyone with $500 a solid chance at creating crypto wealth. Now, with that said, I don't want to set the wrong expectations. I don't expect this token to actually have a larger market cap than Dogecoin, but a rising tide raises all ships. As Dogecoin continues to grow, so will everything else in the meme coin space. Neither do I expect you to take anything I say in this video as financial advice. These are my opinions, and this video is for informational and educational purposes only. But without further ado, if you're feeling blessed and bullish, comment 777, and if you're going to be the wealthiest person in your family tree, smash the subscribe button. Hello and welcome back to the channel, Bull Runners. If you're new here, my name is Paul, and some really good news. The creation of the Department of Government Efficiency, otherwise known as DOGE, has sent Doge pumping. And upon that news, it went from about 20 cents all the way up to 47 cents. And we watched something quite funny happen. We even saw the market cap hit $69 billion, which is a meme in and of itself. However, I'm not here to talk to you about Doge or Shiba Inu or Pepe, even though I believe all three of these will perform really well into the end of 2025. As you can see here, Dogecoin's already sitting at a $60 billion market cap. Then 4 times smaller, we have Shiba Inu. In other words, it'd be easier to 4x your money in something like Shiba Inu, unless of course it doesn't perform as well as Doge. So these are the risks and opportunity costs we really have to weigh when investing into cryptocurrencies. Now, on the flip side, Pepe is the very first non-dog meme coin to really stand out above the rest and is currently sitting at about half the size of Shiba Inu. In other words, it'd be easier for me to double my money to get to the size of Shiba Inu than to double my money in something like Shiba Inu, because this requires twice the amount of capital. Now, in both situations, it requires twice the amount of capital, right? In order to double my money, I need to say $8.4 billion turn into $16.8 billion. In order to double my money with Shiba Inu, I need to see $15.5 billion turn into $31 billion. But you tell me, what's easier to do? Is it easier to move $8 billion or is it easier to move $15 billion? Which is why I believe Doge is going to hit $100+ billion this market cycle and potentially even $300 billion. But it's a lot harder to move $300 billion than it is to move $8 billion, which is why the smaller the market cap, for those of you guys who are relatively newer, the better. You don't want to look at the price, you want to actually look at the market cap, because a lot of newer investors, retail investors, Robinhood investors, anyone who really doesn't know what they're doing or looking at really always loves seeing these prices right here, 0.00002, because I can buy millions of tokens for very cheap. And it might make me feel like I'm in a really good position to win. Yes, this is one selling aspect of it, but at the end of the day, we really have to pay attention to these market caps. So then we could scroll all the way down the list and start looking at these market caps that are very, very small. Now, the problem with these very small market caps is that they're typically far more volatile and far more risky. Something like Wojak or Loose or Mr. Miggles, which is Miggles. At the end of the day, $115 million can disappear overnight in any one of these cryptos under a rug pull. And I'm not saying they will. It's just that the odds of these consistently going up is far less than the odds of these ones really performing well, because these are the proven cryptos. So you want something that's kind of in a sweet spot, which leads me to the one that I believe is going to outperform and do really, really well based on a few different factors, which we're going to talk about, and that is Floki. Now, I'm not saying you need a lot of utility or a great team behind a meme token in order for it to succeed. A lot of the times it really just comes down to narrative and what the community bites into. And as long as the developer or the founders dump the majority of their tokens or don't at all, because sometimes they are susceptible to rug pulls, unless of course they've been around since 2021, like Floki. Floki is one of those proven cryptos or meme coins in the entire space. Considering the fact that it already has the majority of its supply circulating, 9.61 trillion out of 9.68 trillion. Now, when we're talking trillions of tokens, that's very good for the average or person or normie, because they look at this price and say, oh, look at how cheap it is, right? They're not really thinking about market cap. They're not really thinking about anything else. They just look at how cheap it is. They toss a couple $100 in, and now all of a sudden they have hundreds of thousands of tokens, which make them feel like if it hits $1, they're going to be rich. I'm also not saying Floki is going to hit $1, but I am saying this thing is 4 times smaller at a $2.1 billion market cap than something like Pepe. In other words, it's a lot easier for you to 4x your money into something like this than it is Pepe. And if this thing hits a $60 billion market cap, which is the current market cap of Doge as Doge continues to climb into 2025, then you would 30x your money. I think something like Floki, with the level of developments, the team, the dedication they've poured into this project over the last 3 to 4 years, is insane. So we're going to talk about that here in just a second. But if I wanted to 50x my money in this, it could hit a $100 billion market cap. And we've seen crazier things before in a true meme coin mega cycle. Now, the reality is most meme coins have not hit those types of market caps, but I believe Bitcoin's going to hit at least a $15 trillion market cap over the upcoming couple of years. And that's really going to take a lot of money from TradFi and institutional players. And a lot of that profit is going to be rotated into the best performers that obviously have a bit more risk, but can truly make people rich. And I believe Floki is going to be one of those beneficiaries of a lot of that money, considering it's still big enough that it's safe, but not so big that you can't see many multiples. Now, that said, here's how safe it is. We recently saw Gemini list the token. We recently saw Coinbase list the token, where Floki themselves promoted it and shared that. The fact that Coinbase is the largest regulated crypto exchange in the US with over 110 million verified users and $7 billion in daily volume. And now Kraken even listed it. So yes, this thing is in a solid place. And when the time comes, everybody in their mother is going to have access to Floki and buying it, not through some DeFi exchange, not through a Binance Smart Chain private wallet where it's difficult for most people or average normies to get access to this token, but now you can hop right on over to Coinbase or Kraken and buy Floki. Now, really quickly, before we dive into all of the pros of Floki and why I think it's going to perform extremely well, if you haven't already, head on over to bullrunners.com. You can find the link in the description below where you're going to see Altcoin Pro University. We currently have 437 members. This thing has consistently been growing. We are going to get to 1,000 members probably within the next month. And when we do, the bonuses run dry. So if this sounds like something that's interesting to you, something where we can help you to become a crypto millionaire in 2025, obviously we can't guarantee that you're going to be a millionaire, but this has all of the right tools, training, resources for you to do it. We offer expert classes where you can hop on live with some of our crypto pros and learn how to do technical analysis, how to do day trading, how to pick altcoins properly. We even share all of our private altcoin picks that we do not share here on the channel. We show you how to get access to the best DeFi yields in the entire ecosystem. We share with you airdrop alerts. And we have 100+ hours of curated courses and classes that you can take at your own pace. In other words, Altcoin Pro is your one-stop shop to learn how to become a crypto millionaire. If you're ready to take this thing seriously, then don't sleep on it because you will miss out on those bonuses. And if you have any questions, all you have to do is watch this 26-minute video that explains exactly how this whole thing works, what you get, and why you should get access to it right now. So one last time, go to bullrunners.com. Link is in the description below. I look forward to seeing you on the other side, and let's get back into the video. So here is where I think Floki can really stand out above the rest. When you look at the top 3 meme coins by market cap, you go to their websites, you can see that they're very basic websites. So for example, Dogecoin literally just shows you what most meme coin websites would. And again, it's the first, it's the biggest. It's going to be very hard to beat in terms of actual market cap. And they kind of set the standard. But that said, all they show you how to do is how to get a wallet, how to configure your wallet, and then how to get some Dogecoin. And then they have a few things where you can connect with a community. They have cute little things like the Dogepedia, if you will. However, that's the first one. Then you have Shiba, and I would say Shiba was the very first meme coin to really start to take the space by storm, because it was so early and really started to build in a lot of utility. I think their community went pretty hard and started doing all sorts of cool things in their ecosystem, like the Shiba Arium, the Ryoshi archives, so on and so forth. Where I think they kind of messed up is the fact that they really started to split up a lot of their liquidity between the Bone token and Leash token. And as much as I would like to say, well, you know, a lot of new money is going to flow into these and they're for different things, because this was marketed to their community, people that were in the community buying SHIB started selling their SHIB in order to buy these other two, thinking these were better plays for multiples. And maybe that's true, but that didn't really help the token price. And I think that can really harm an ecosystem more than help it. So yes, they have some cool things. However, then you look at Pepe, the 3rd largest, and this is arguably one of the most basic sites. It's very straightforward. And so you don't need the most beautiful website in order to get a lot of money flows into your meme token. However, I do believe over the upcoming cycle, more and more utility inside of their ecosystem where the token is actually utilized is going to be extremely important, as money flows are really going to go to where you find the most value, not necessarily always the funniest meme, because people will sell those memes the moment they feel like they have enough money. So you'll see very large pumps and very large dumps. But with something like Floki, where they really focus on the ecosystem and the use of their token, I think it's going to be harder for something like that to dump. And we're going to talk about the price here very shortly. But they've built this really cool play to earn game called Valhalla, which we will cover here shortly. It's a blockchain game featuring on-chain game interactions where you can upgrade NFTs and even play to earn. They have TokenFi, they have staking, they have FlokiFi, NFTs, prepaid cards through Visa, MasterCard, a university, a trading bot, and even a domain name service where you could take your first name, in my case, Paul, and then get the .floki domain. Now, where they really focus a lot of their value is in terms of 3 pillars. They focus on their community, where they have 495,000 people and they're continually growing. They focus on their utility, and they focus on charity and all sorts of initiatives where they even advertise into these things. One of the coolest things that they recently did is the fact that they expanded into Dubai with a high impact campaign at the Wafi Mall. And already on November 8th, they were displaying the Floki token to all of their Habibis over 18 screens throughout the mall, which reaches 19.5K visitors daily. How many other meme coins are putting this much effort and time into advertising and marketing their token worldwide? And this speaks volumes about how seriously they take the token and their holders, as even on November 25th, they posted an update around how they're looking for talent. In other words, they actually have a budget to hire. And so if you've ever wanted to work on a team in the crypto space with memes because you love them, then go ahead and check out floki.com/career. Another really cool development from the team, which is extremely secure, is their TokenFi platform, where you can actually go and create a token or tokenize real world assets in a very simple all-in-one platform, and you don't even have to write code. So think about it this way. You have people like Larry Fink from BlackRock probably spending billions of dollars in the infrastructure behind tokenized assets, as he says are going to consistently rule the future of finance. In here, Floki is now democratizing access to tokenized assets where people like me and you can tokenize just about anything and everything, and we don't even have to write code. And already just 5 days ago, they posted this on their Medium, how they're already tokenizing insurance for farrier claims. And already just 5 days ago, they posted this article on their Medium talking about how they're tokenizing insurance for fair claim settlements. And how, as this entire industry of asset tokenization and real world assets continues to grow, FlokiFi will be right there for you to actually integrate asset tokenization into just about any major business model. So this is really exciting stuff. Very few companies are actually offering this type of a service, and you're even showing exactly how you can do this right here at the very bottom of this article, which you'll be able to find on the Floki site. However, one of my favorite developments, which is going to go live on the mainnet in 2025 Q1, is their Valhalla play to earn game. And in a recent AMA, they explained how it has a full play to earn economy, and this is going to be their flagship utility product, which has been in development for 3+ years. Now, when you go to their Floki website and you click on visit website, it should take you to something that looks like this. And I went ahead and went a little further into their open world tab, and as you can see here, it's a really freaking cool game where they will show you trailers and how to play the game, how to earn in the game, how to use the Floki token inside of this ecosystem. And so really it creates for a dynamic where most people will actually want to purchase Floki tokens in order to play this game and be involved in this economy. It's a net positive for the Floki token and their entire ecosystem. And to me, this reminds me a lot of something that I fell in love with as a kid called RuneScape, where you can embark on quests, meet people, there's an open world, and you can even earn. Some people are going to be able to earn full-time incomes in other countries playing this game. Now, here's what's actually crazy is the fact that right now, out of every other gaming ecosystem, they rank in at number 1. From CoinGape.com, you can see that they have the top amount of social activity this entire year in terms of engagements with 8K. The second amount comes down to Render. Now, here's what's really interesting, okay? You know, the Bored Ape Yacht Club spent tons of money developing their game. They don't even come in. The VRA doesn't come in at number 1. Axie Infinity doesn't come in at number 1. Mana, Sand, GMT, and even Elrond, which is really starting to focus on gaming, don't even touch the amount of social activity as Floki. So yes, people are really excited for this Valhalla development. And again, you can just come here and you can watch these trailers to see how this game's going to look, how you can play it. And already people are playing it right now. So if you want to go ahead and fund a wallet and play, you can go ahead and do that. Now, one of the best ways to fund a wallet is just going to their website and clicking through to see their trading bot, or you can get the trading bot link in the description below. Very straightforward. It's on Telegram. It's probably the easiest way to buy the Floki token outside of an exchange. But this way you can actually create an account in their Valhalla ecosystem and play the play to earn game before the mainnet goes live, which I'm sure is going to come with some extra rewards as well. Now let's dive into the Floki token. As you can see here, from the local lows back in June of 2022 to its recent local high, we pumped over 7,000%. And although it is possible for Floki to pump another 7,000%, I'm not saying it's guaranteed or 100% likely, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this up to about that range right here. And as you can see here, that would take us up to about 1.5 cents. So I'm just going to go ahead and toss cross a line on there. Now, what's super beautiful is that this pattern, and we've talked about this pattern in past videos, is arguably one of the most bullish patterns I've ever seen in any crypto, much less a meme coin. We're talking this thing was launched back in September of 2021, peaked off at its all-time high, dumped like crazy through 2022 when the entire market was dumping, and now we've started to paint what I would call a cup and handle. Now, this is not just any cup and handle. This is one of the biggest cups and handles I've ever seen. And to make things very simple for the eye to see, you just take it from one range over here to another, and you can see that this would be our cup, and then I'll take the exact same tool from this range to here, and then this would be our handle. Now, whenever we break off the top of that cup, things are going to get really interesting, considering this would be our price discovery zone. When you get this long and strong of a range, typically the breakout is even more forceful. So again, I'm not saying we're going to see another 7,000%, but realistically, bare bones minimum. From present day prices, I could see us hitting that 0.003 range for about a third of a penny. And that would still be a 1,300% gain. On the off chance that we really see some amazing gains, we could climb up to that 0.015 range. And for the insane prediction of a 50x in something like this thing would still hit at least a penny. So I don't know exactly where this thing's gonna go, but sometimes it's helpful to take a fib tool from the top of the range down to the bottom of this range and just see where that 1,618 range is. And as you can see here, that would put us at about 2,000%. So I would argue at minimum about a 141 range up to the 1,618 range right here would be my very first major targets on a breakout. So I'll go ahead and remove those lines. I'll remove the drawings. A breakout above 0.0003 will likely take us to the 002 range, considering this has been a 3+ year massive cup and handle. And with all of the developments they have in place, I do expect a breakout to take us to new highs. And guess what? As it continues to break out, here's what's so beautiful is they are consistently listed on just about every major US exchange like Coinbase, Kraken, and Gemini. So no longer will we need to worry about new people having to go and fund a DeFi wallet, write down private keys, things getting kind of clunky, for them to worry about gas, all of these issues that the average person would struggle with. Now they can just go directly to an exchange to buy Floki. And this is what's going to cause the price to truly skyrocket and pump to some insane all-time highs. Again, I'm not guaranteeing any of these all-time highs, but my first target would be at least 0.002, which from present day is still an 800+% gain. So there you have it, folks. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. And one last time, head on over to bullrunners.com if you're ready to take your crypto investment and trading journey seriously. Here we're going to offer everything from altcoin picks, technical analysis from pros, live calls, get all of your questions answered. One of the best communities in the game. We currently have 437 members, and by the time you watch this video, we may have more. But once we hit that 1,000 member mark, the bonuses run dry. You'll no longer gonna get access to those bonuses. So if you have any questions or you want to simply learn more, head to bullrunners.com. Link is in the description below. Watch this 26-minute video. I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Thanks so much for watching the video. We'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.